Hi guys. Hello, and welcome. I hope you're all here. We'll just wait for another 30 seconds and then get started. Today's session, of course, we're going to be talking about uh, XAT, and I'm just taking you through some concepts and also some VRC must do questions. So if you're here and you can see me and hear me, can you give me a quick yes or no if you can see me and hear me? I'm waiting for you guys to tell me yes or no. Quickly in the chat box. Hi, Royal Enfield. Hi, Harshal. Okay, wonderful. I'm so happy you can see me and hear me. Uh, that's my biggest fear. Sometimes I have taken session where the entire time of the session I just spoke and it was not going through and I did not check the messages. So that was a crazy session. Anyway, that's life. Okay, I hope requesting all of you, not hoping, requesting all of you to like the session. I know before you watch it you like it. Also share the session, guys, so we can get more and more people into the session and we can talk about XAT. It's only now another 6-7 days left. Not 6-7 days, a little more than that, but yes, hardly any time. And also please remember to subscribe to us so that you can participate in the chats. Okay, so requesting you to like, share and subscribe to the session so that we are sorted on that count and then we can take it further. You might be knowing me. My name is Abhilasha and I'm the academic head for Verbal for Career Launcher. We'll be taking up a lot of interesting concepts today. That, of course, I have a great affinity to XAT because I have written it so many years and also cracked it. Even in the last session, last year, XAT 2024, I had a call to XAT. So it kind of makes me very happy and just, I feel good. I love this exam. Hi, Miss Jen. So therefore, this is one exam that I do know very well, and I really find it comfortable. Anyway, so let's quickly take a look at XAT. There are two sections that we could talk about. However, I will today talk about the VALR section only. So in the VALR section of XAT, you have a number of questions, but let's quickly talk about those. So, of course, you have grammar. So there are two questions on grammar here. Okay. One question asks you to identify the correct sentences. The other one asks you to identify the incorrect sentences. Okay. Two questions on grammar that occur there. Some will ask you for correct sentences, one will ask you for incorrect sentences. Then you have two questions on fillers. Okay, what are these fillers? These fillers are based on common confusables. Okay, they look like a closure. You know what is a closure? A closure is a paragraph that is given with multiple blanks. Okay, so you may have 3 to 4 blanks, generally 4 blanks. So you may have a filler with 3 to 4 blanks. You get choices for all the words and they're very, very close. So that's the second type. So two more questions on fillers. And then you have two questions on parajumbles. Okay, so and the good thing is here you have options. So these are all MCQ based. So not like CAT where you have to identify the sequence and fill it up. You're given 5 choices and you can pick the right answer. The problem is that the choices are very tricky. So the choices in XAT are very, very tricky, and that's where the problem lies. And you have to choose very well. So those two questions on parajumbles. And then, of course, you have about 5 questions on CR, on critical reasoning. I'm just saying 5, it could be 5, it could be 6. Now, the CR questions are very much like the GMAT CR or what used to come in CAT earlier. So a small paragraph is given, then you're asked to identify sometimes the conclusion, sometimes the assumption, sometimes the inference, right? Sometimes they will ask you to strengthen something, weaken something, something like that. They might ask you for a paradox. Questions like this will come, right? So those 5 questions on CR. So that makes it 6 and 5, 11 questions that you have. And then you have the reading comprehension questions. So reading comprehension, of course, the other uh, 15 questions come from reading comprehension, out of which 1 to 2 come from a poem. Okay. And so there's one poem RC, and then there are about 5 regular RCs, 5 passage based RCs. Okay. Within these, of course, poem may be 1 question or 2 questions, and the rest of the questions, so therefore 14 or 13 questions come from passage based RCs. So that is the breakup of the paper. That is what we are doing. Now here, uh, for anyone to crack this exam, let's understand, for anyone to crack any exam, and this we were talking about in the analysis also, what is it that you need to do? So for you to crack this exam, there are 26 questions. So you need to get around 13 questions right for a 99.99 percentile. Okay. So that's your target, 13 right. Now out of this 13, you can go with, so like I said, grammar, PJs, fillers, CR, that gives you around 11 questions. And you can do the poem RC. Okay. And maybe you can do 1 RC. So that is 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 and 5, 11. And let's say 1 question here, 12. And if you do 2 RCs, you've got about 5 questions there. 12, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 questions you can do within 40 minutes easily. Okay. With 17 questions, you will be able to get at least 13 questions right, which means you're quite sorted. Okay. That will take you to the target score. Now, please understand, when I say 13 questions for a 99.99 percentile, I'm also saying that if you do 11 questions, you will still be around 90 percentile. Okay. Between 90 to 95 percentile. Right. So if you do 12 right, then you are around 95 percentile, maybe 98 percentile. So please don't panic. Even if you do anything between 10 to 13 questions correct, you will still be in a very good zone. And then depending on the other 2 sections, you could really crack this exam. Okay. So therefore, that's something that I just wanted to share with you as to what you will do in order to crack the exam. Okay. Miss Jain, I hope I have answered your question there, right? Okay, somebody, right? So I hope how many questions you should attempt, I have given you some idea about that. Okay, one more question from Royal Enfield. While answering the grammar and fill in the blank questions, and I just read and fill based on intuition. Yes, yes, of course. There is no harm in filling it based on intuition. It's not intuition, actually. You have done a lot of grammar in school, so it's there in your mind, and that's what you're using, right? So therefore, that's perfectly okay. Can you start with RCs? Yes, you can. Why not? Please understand that we will have about 45 minutes for verbal, for VLR, right? If you're taking that 45 minutes for VLR, do the first 30 minutes, and then the next 15 minutes. That's how. So you can start with an RCO. So there's no harm. I prefer to start with the VA questions. I'll tell you why. My logic in doing the VA questions first is that they happen faster. So let's say in the first 10 minutes, I'm at least able to do 6 questions, right? So these 6 questions give me the confidence of going on. The next 10 minutes, again, I can do at least 3 questions. So in 20 minutes, I've got 9 questions in my kitty. Okay. 20 minutes, 9 questions. Okay. And then the next 25 minutes, I need to do how many questions? Another 6 7 questions, 6 to 7 questions. You get it? So therefore, then I'm very sorted. And if I do the VA first, then this is taken care of. If I do the RC first, then it may be that in the first 10 minutes, I will not be able to do 6 questions. I'll be able to do only 3 questions, one passage, right? Because the passages are clunky to read. So therefore, when we look at this paper, we must remember that. Okay, that's my thought. However, you can pick and choose how you want to solve the paper. That's totally up to you, right? So no harm in choosing whichever one and whichever one you want to do. Content creator, I was just telling that you need to, for a 99.99 percentile, you need to get uh, 12 to 13 questions right. See, ultimately, the target that you're setting for yourself for XAT is around 35 marks. This should fetch you a call. So 35 marks divided into 3 sections. You've got 12 questions, 12 questions, 12 questions, approximately, right? So I'm saying 13 for VLR. It's not an impossible target. 13, you will get a 99.99 for sure. With a 10 also, you will get above 90 percentile. But then this cannot be your maximizer section. Then you would have to do very well in QA or in DM, to pull your scores up. So that's how. Okay. So that is what I would say about this. All right, I've got a few questions. Let's quickly go through these and try and see, and we'll try and solve. Okay. Not too many. I've got about 7-8 questions only. I was just taking a look here. So here is a question which says, which of the following combinations has all the sentences grammatically correct? Please put in the answer in the chat box. Okay. So there are 6 sentences. You identify which ones are right. All right, I'm waiting for your answers. Come on, guys. Let's see if you can get this one. All right, I've started getting some answers. Jamshed says B. Okay. Content creator says D. All right, let's take a look. So let's take a moment and try and identify what is the correct answer. So sentence number A says, everybody accepts his responsibilities. Harshal says B. All right, you're looking at the sentences that are correct, right? So that's the first thing that you must realize. We're looking at the ones that are correct. So everybody accepts his responsibilities is a correct sentence. Okay. Someone in that group have their reports up to date as they should have. Someone, remember, is singular. Okay. Therefore, you cannot have with it. Also, you cannot have there with it. So there are 2 problems in this question. One is that of subject verb agreement. and the other is the pronoun antecedent. So someone should go with has, and also someone should go with his or her. Okay, so therefore B has an error, so I'm putting a cross on B. Neither of the boys is acceptable to do the errands. Neither of the boys is acceptable for doing the errands, acceptable to, or is agreeing to do the errands, right? So C has an error too. Okay, so C has an error too. Either of the mice are underfed. So either is singular, so R will not work. So again, D also has an error. It is I who am next is correct. So A, E is correct. So let's quickly take a look. Okay, A, C, E will not work because C has a problem. BDF will not work. AEF can work. Yes, so that should be my answer. Okay. Now I will tell you something. BCD is an error, CDF is an error. The teacher told she and I to leave early. Right now, if told is a verb, this is the object of the verb. Ideally, it should take she and me to leave early. So, therefore, there is a problem with this question. Now, this happened last year in XAT, and this question was exactly like this or very similar to this. But that's okay. If it is an incorrect question, you will all get marks. If it's a correct question, then there's okay. But A, E, and F, yes, I think should be the correct answer. Okay. I don't know why they're saying ACE, follow the proper grammar rules. That's not correct. All right, let's take a look at this question. The second one. Now, the question was asking about the correct sentences. All right, as something flourished and societies began to organize themselves, the need for shared something became crucial for harmony. Okay, I've got three options. As what flourished, need for what became crucial for what harmony. Let's take a look. So here's option A is here, guys. Okay. All right, I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, Royal Enfield says D is the correct answer. All right, so let's take a look at this question. As people flourished and societies began to organize themselves, as culture flourished, culture will not work, so I'm eliminating B. As communities flourished and societies began to organize themselves, okay, I can take this. I can take people, I can take community. As civilization flourished and societies began to organize themselves, could work. As nations flourished, no, we are talking of societies organizing themselves, then nations could not work. So I'm eliminating option number B straight away, and I'm eliminating option number E straight away. I have three options. Now, if you look at this sentence, remember, and says there is a continuation. So if there is a thought here, the similar thought will be here. So here we are talking of societies organizing themselves. So what should I have here? Can I have civilization? No. So I'm going to eliminate D. Can I have communities? Yes. Can I have people? Yes. So I'm saying communities and I'm saying people. Two choices for this one. Okay. And societies began to organize themselves. The need for shared responsibility, shared trust. Okay. So I'm finding this difficult now. See, there is a problem that I'm going through, because now I cannot find shared responsibility and shared trust. Shared trust will also not work. So I think I'm just going wrong. Let me go back and look at this question once again. Okay, let's take a look. So what flourished? Okay. Again, I'm eliminating nations for sure. And I'm eliminating culture for sure. Okay. What harmony? The need for shared something became crucial for some harmony. What harmony? Societal harmony? Individual harmony? No. So therefore, I'm eliminating C now. Individual harmony will not work. Okay. So I can take social harmony or societal harmony. Okay, works for me. As people or civilization flourished, okay, the need for shared responsibility, shared principles. Now shared responsibility will not work, so therefore I'm eliminating. So I'll come to D, which says shared principles, which means rules was so important, it became crucial for what? For social harmony. Right, so now this works for me. So D can be a good choice for us. Okay, this is how you should eliminate options in your questions. All right, let's take a look at this third question. Here is a parajumble. We've got 5 sentences, A, B, C, D, E, and some options here. Again, option A, B, C, D, and E. Let's try and organize the sentences and how it will be. Take a moment, take 2 minutes and solve this, and we'll discuss it then. I'm going to remove myself from the screen so that you have more space. All right, my apologies, yeah, guys. All right, let's take a look. So this one says the Industrial Revolution saw the rise of mechanized production and the widespread use of steam power. B says by the late 20th century, IT and internet revolutionized communication and commerce. She says the late 19th century introduced mass production techniques, particularly in the automotive and steel industry. More recently, the digital age has ushered in artificial intelligence and automation. And early manufacturing processes relied heavily on manual labor and rudimentary tools. So, of course, if you look at this, there is a very beautiful sequence that is happening. So, sentence C, then sentence B, and then finally sentence D. These three sentences form a pair, right? Why? Because there is a timeline here: 19th, 20th, and now, right? So CBD is a very good choice. Now I have CBD here, I have CDB here, so I'm eliminating. I have CDB again here, I'm eliminating. This one has B, C, D, so again order is changed. Here I have C, D, B, again order is changed. So there is only one choice that can work for us. Okay. So therefore that's going to be the correct answer. Okay, Mehul, I hope you got that, huh? EACBD. Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, let's go to the next question. Here you are. There's a small passage, and you have to identify which of the statements must be true based on this passage. Okay. Yeah, exactly. The timeline was the thing that would have helped here. Screaming window. Okay, very interesting question. तो स्नैप में 38.25 आ रहे हैं, कैट 80 परसेंटाइल, SC कैटेगरी, plenty of colleges that you will get calls to. Okay, because with SC category you will with the 80 percentile, look at all the 90 percentile cat colleges, you will get them easily. Similarly, snap you can get calls if snap takes reservation, which it does, I think. So therefore you will get calls, good ones. Okay, so this one says if you can train extensively and gain a vast repertoire of skills, okay, but unless you apply them effectively, their utility remains diminished. So true expertise lies not just in requiring skills but mastering their application through practice and adaptation to diverse situations. So it is essentially saying if you don't apply your skills, then the utility is not there, right? Once you have acquired skills and mastered them, that's when you become a true expert. So if someone wants to achieve expertise, they must practice their skills. No, the passage says once you've got the skills and you've mastered their application, that's when you become a true expert, right? So therefore, A will not work. If they want to achieve, no. If someone has achieved expertise, then it is probably because they have mastered the application of their skills. This can work. If someone practices, then they will inevitably, please understand the word inevitably says that this is incorrect. If someone has not achieved expertise, it is because they have not applied their skills. We don't know. There may be other reasons also. If someone has mastered the application, they might achieve. No, they will achieve, right? So therefore E is incorrect. So the best answer here is going to be option number B, which I think some of you did give to me. Yes, Darshan has given, Royal Enfield has given, so yes, good. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Here's the next one. So here are two small paragraphs. There is a relationship of the first to the second, so you have to identify what is the relationship. Okay, let's take a minute. I'm removing myself from the screen. All right, guys. So here are two paragraphs, and we have to identify the relationship between the two. The first one says self-help books often claim to offer a path to personal growth, promising success, happiness, or fulfillment if their principles are followed. They emphasize positivity and the power of belief, often reducing complex issues to simplistic solutions. So that's what a self-help book does. So first paragraph tells you what is a self-help book doing. The second one says while these, now remember, while is a contrasting conjunction. While these books may inspire readers initially, their effectiveness is frequently undermined by their one size fits all. The minute I saw the while, I knew there was a problem. Real personal growth demands nuance, individualization, and addressing challenges specific to one's context, which these books typically ignore. Alright, so the first paragraph we spoke about what's good about self-help book or what does a self-help book do. The second paragraph essentially says it's not useful, right? It sort of says all the bad things about it. So let's take a look at the options. Option A says the first paragraph introduces a concept, while the second paragraph critiques it. Okay. So the first is a positive, the second is a negative. The first paragraph praises self help books, while the second paragraph dismisses them. Second paragraph definitely dismisses them, but the first paragraph praises the book is not correct because the author had said often claim to offer a path. So therefore B we can eliminate. Let's cut it out. The first paragraph states a fact and the second provides supporting evidence. No, this is the opposite. So C will not work. The second paragraph offers an alternative perspective to the claims in the first paragraph. It is not offering an alternative, mind you. Okay, it is just rejecting the perspective in the first one. So, therefore, not B. The first is neutral while the second is subjective. The second definitely is subjective, but the first is also subjective because it is saying they claim to offer a path, they emphasize what, and all of that. So, the first is not neutral. So the best answer here is going to be option number A for us. Okay. Yes, I think you guys have got A, Royal Enfield, Darshan. Very good. All right. All right. Okay, guys. We'll wrap up the session now. If you have any questions or any queries, please ask me right away. Okay. Please understand that this is what will be there. Um, I wanted to do a poem RC with you, but I don't think. Okay, there is a poem that we have here. So I'll quickly do that and then we will carry it forward. Okay. I'm not doing the RC, but I do want to do the poem RC. Let's take a look. Let's read this poem and let's try and do this. We'll just take 5 minutes. In the darkened room, a woman cannot find. You read, I will just come back in 30. All right. So it is saying in the darkened room, a woman cannot find her reflection in the mirror. Now look at this. It's so interesting. Why would it be dark? It's probably night. There is no electricity. These are the two reasons, right? She cannot find her reflection in the mirror. So that means she's looking at herself in the mirror, right? But she's not able to see herself, right? So she's unable to see herself. Now, this can be both literally, actually, or it can be figurative or metaphorical also, right? So either way, so she may not just be able to see herself, or she is not able to see where her life is going or what she is doing with her life. Waiting as usual at the edge of sleep. Edge of sleep, that means she is sleepy but has not slept. So it may be that she is very excited, but it may also be that she is very tired. And because of the tiredness, she is unable to sleep. In her hand, she holds the oil lamp, whose drunken yellow flames know where her lonely body hides. So she is having a lamp in her hand. Now, see, do we have lamps in our homes? No. So, if a woman has a lamp, she's probably coming from very poor background, right? Okay. So she's poor. And the drunken yellow flames, the flames that move here and there, know where her body is. Okay. So the flames know where she is, but doesn't want to share. Okay. So that's the poem here. Okay. Very interesting. Royal Enfield, yes, you can start with decision making. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can choose to do whichever way you want to. There is a lot of time. But ideally, take 30 minutes, then go to the next one. Okay? All right. What is which one best conveys the theme of the poem? The poem revolves around a woman whose liberty has been throttled, explores the quality of life, revolves around the woman's feeling of alienation, laments the suffering and frustration of a woman, celebrates the woman's futile and meaningless life. Okay, I'm going to wait for a moment for you guys to give me an answer. Okay, let me see what you said. Now, this was a poem that appeared last year in the exam. It's very interesting and very nice poem, right? Okay, Ayush says C is the correct answer. I'll wait for the others also. Okay, so if you go back to the poem, how do we say that her liberty has been throttled? We cannot. She is standing in a room, she is not able to see herself, but is her liberty throttled? We don't know. Is she a slave? No. Explores the quality of life of a woman, but how do we know the quality of her life is being explored? Again, I don't. It revolves around the woman's feeling of alienation. Now, see, she cannot see herself. Why is she unable to see herself? That means she's feeling alienated, right? So, that can be a good one. laments a woman's suffering and frustration, but that is not visible. Where is the suffering visible? So no. Celebrates the woman's futile and meaningless life. Again, we don't know if it is futile or meaningless. What lines say that it is futile or meaningless? No. So therefore, the best answer, her feelings of alienation. And where did we get it from? We got it from these two. So she cannot find her reflection in the mirror. That was one. And the drunken yellow flames know where her lonely body lies. So the flames know where she is, but she doesn't, because she is unable to see her reflection in the mirror. Right? So the flames know, but she doesn't. So that clearly is alienation. Right? So that's your correct answer. All right, let's look at the last question for today. What do the lines, the drunken yellow flames know where her lonely body hides, best represent? See, I'll always tell you the poem questions are very easy. It is very really easy to understand. Read the poem at least twice. Read it 2 times. Okay, once you've read it twice, then go to the questions and think of the answer yourself and then match. Okay, that's the best way. So read twice so that it is clear in your mind what he's trying to say. Okay. All right. So the drunken yellow flames know where her lonely body is hiding. So the flames, the light represents the lines represent flames that highlight the location. No, it is not highlighting the location. It is interestingly, it's the flames that know where her body is. She doesn't know. Okay. So who she is not known to her, but only to the flames. So therefore, not one. The lines represent flames as distorted memories that preserve her identity. Yes, that can be a possibility. That the drunken flames know where her body hides, but she doesn't. So the flames know where she is, who she is. So this is a possibility. The lines represent flames as a desperate pursuit for her lost self. No, but the pursuit is not visible. She is hunting, we don't know. The lines represent flames as forces that are aware of her solitude. No, the flames don't know her solitude because the flames are knowing where her body hides. But are they aware of her loneliness? We don't know. The lines represent flames as turbulent emotions of a nameless woman, and not the turbulent emotions. Okay. Her sense of self is not very clear to her, right? So that is all we are saying. So the flames are distorted memories, they're drunken. So they're moving, they're not the exact way that they should be. They preserve her identity, would be the best answer here. All right. Yes. So I have got Ayush has given me a B. B. Mehul has given me a B. So good. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, you guys. Please make sure that you go through the poem very well. Okay. Like I said, read it well in your own mind or on your own notebook. Write down the crux of the poem and then solve. Okay. All right. With that, we come to the end of today's session, guys. I hope this was helpful. And remember, there's lots of questions out there. Just do it in 2 phases. Take 20 minutes and then take 25 minutes. Give yourself a total 45 minutes to do the verbal section, the VALR section. You will be able to do it well. Okay, remember, all you need to do is 13 questions correctly. If you do anything between 10 to 13, you will still be above the 90 percentile. Okay. All right. With that, we'll wrap up today's session, guys. Thank you so much. If you're coming for the XAT online classes, then Friday and Saturday we will have classes for critical reasoning and vocabulary. So that's that. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Good night. God bless you all. I hope all of you have liked the session. and also shared it with your friends and family and subscribed and hit the bell icon also. Thanks, guys. Bye bye. See you.